Okay, well, we get to shift gears and we get to hear from one of the most successful people I know. I've known Dave for a long time. He's a mega superstar from Keller Williams, goes back 18 years. He was at Keller Williams when they had 12,000 agents, and he watched that company grow. He owned 11 franchises, developed regions up to 7,000 agents, and he ended up selling it all a few years ago. And today we are fortunate to have him as our president, the president of eXp Realty. He could have done this State of the Union address, kind of showing you where we've come from, where we are today, where we're headed in the future, from New York, Chicago, Dallas, but he's doing it right here tonight in Sacramento, California. So help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Dave Conord. Give him a hand, everybody.
All right, how we doing? Good, this is exciting. Thank you. All right, so how's that panel? Good, all right? Cool, all right, good. That was a fun group. So I want to, spot where I can see, oh, I do, awesome. All right, cool. You guys have done this right. I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. All right, this is gonna be fun. So I want to get a feel for kind of who's in the room, just so I can know who we're talking to today. All right, sound good?
Yep.
All right, are you guys feeling interactive tonight?
Yep.
Good, are we having fun?
Yep.
All right, did everybody have drinks before they came? All right, drinks afterwards, it's all right. Okay, so I just want to get a feel of who we've got. So do we have any mega icon teams? Mega icon teams, anyone here is a mega icon team? Or on one? Just curious. There we go. Look at that. Tom. Nice. All right. So mega icon team. That's a big team doing a lot of volume. That's cool. All right. Awesome. Good deal. What about icons? Do we have any icons? Anybody's made icon status in the room? Nice. All right. So those of you that aren't familiar, icons, that's a high level of production, right? So it's one of those benchmarks, and they also get some stock. All right, how about influencers that are here that have at least 25 in their first line and 200 total in their group? Anybody that's achieved that? We've got a couple. We've got a couple. All right, so in eXp, there are a lot of different ways. I always say that we have two sales forces. They're the same people, but we have the people that are selling houses and serving clients in that way, which is key, right? Because none of the other stuff works if we aren't out there doing the business. But on the other side, we don't have recruiters, right? It's word of mouth. Our business is 100% referral based. And so people that are out there helping spread the word and invite other great people into the opportunity, that's what makes our world go round as far as growth. What about attractors with at least 5 in their first line? People have brought in 5 people. Put your hands up. Nice. Awesome. All right, we've got a good group in here. This is pretty cool. Okay, how about any future icons and influencers in the group? Right? All right, good, good. All right, who did not put their hand up, Brent? Commercial, hey, commercial. All right, we have any commercial agents in the house? There we go. All right, awesome. Nice, love it, love it. How about, see how many brave souls we have in here. Do we have any rock star agents that are with other great companies that are not with eXp? Yes, cool, all right. Love you guys, thanks for being here. That is really great, good. Do we have anybody here that's a mentor for our mentor program or teaches classes for us instructors? Man, awesome. All right, cool. Well, that gives me a good feel for who we've got, and that means we have a lot of experienced and productive agents here, people with a lot of influence. So, fun group to hang out with. You're my kind of people. Oh, anybody just realized they're in the wrong room? Yeah. All right, well, there's good wine over at Ruth's Chris, so. All right, so let's dig through. I'm going to take you through, switch hands here. I'm going to take you through a little bit of kind of how we got where we are, right? So where we started and how we got where we are, and go through this process. Now, some of you know the story really well, so you can kind of talk along with me as we go through it, but we're going to have some fun with it. So anybody know who that guy is? All right? So no matter what company you're with, a lot of great companies that have succeeded at a high level have a visionary at the front end of the company, right? They have to have someone who comes up with this idea, and typically that person is they're kind of out there, right? They had to come up with something that no one else had come up with. And so, we lovingly refer to Glenn Sanford as a geek with a vision, right? Because he's all into the tech side of things. But man, if you talk to him, he's uber smart and really has a heartbeat for helping agents be successful. So super cool. His background, internet startup, right? So he worked with companies, big internet companies. He developed his own startup companies. He sold them. And then got into, like a lot of us, had other careers and other interests, and we got into the real estate industry, and he combined his loves of the technology with real estate and had a bunch of crazy ideas, and was one of the first people to build a big business through internet lead generation. So he was on the Tech Council back when he was over with Keller Williams and helped develop some of his classes, right, on internet lead generation for that company. So did a lot of pretty cool stuff. He went out on his own, developed a company, and does anybody remember what happened in like 2000? Did it hit 2007 out here? Yeah. Right? Had a little minor correction. And when you're holding a bunch of bricks and mortar in your hands, there were some changes that needed to be done. That was the best thing, right? Out of the worst things, the best things happen. That was the best thing that could happen, because that was the birth of eXp. The model that we have, and as we know it today, came out of that, like I always call it the tsunami, right? You have all the tall buildings and everything else, and the tsunami comes through, and when it's gone, the landscape looks totally different, right? Some of the buildings that were the tall buildings aren't even there anymore, right? And some of the kind of the mid-level buildings are now the tall buildings. So a whole different landscape. So can we show this? All right, we're going to give it a shot. See if you guys have seen this. This is a video from Derek Sivers from one of his TED Talks called The Anatomy of a Movement. It is embedded. Oh. See if you can click on it. The controls should come up on it. All right, we'll tap dance around that. So I am going to enact for you. No, I'm just kidding. So that's not going to work. But let me tell you what this is, and then you're going to look it up. You guys are all going to Google this. It's really easy. It's on YouTube. Anatomy of a movement. So here's we're going to have some fun with this, because you're going to have the pictures. You can see the hillside. So picture some concert with lawn seating up on a hill where people may be. And they may be slightly impaired, okay? So we'll leave it that way, yeah. Yes, yeah, you got it. So there's the people are watching the concert, and then over on the side, there's this one random shirtless dude who is dancing his heart out over by himself on the side of the hill, this really goofy dance. And so this other guy looks over and goes, "Hey, that looks cool. I'm going to go try that." So he goes over and starts dancing the same goofy dance next to him. And then, so the first guy kind of corrects his dance. He works on his form a little bit. And then you have two, like, shirtless, stoned guy on the side of the hill dancing their hearts out. And pretty soon, some friends of the second guy, they don't want to leave him alone. And they go, "Well, he's over there doing it, so I guess we're going to do it." So they go run over there, and they go do it. And so they're dancing with him. And then another group of people come. By the end of this video, and this is like just a live video actually that someone recorded, the entire hillside, thousands of people at this concert, all head over there, and they're all dancing around this guy, and the whole concert is out there dancing. So the commentary on this is that, while the first guy was the one who started the movement. He had the vision of this dance, and he's out there doing it. And he kind of, you look at it and go, well, he started it, right? Who's really the most important person in this video, or this? The second guy, right? So the second guy, the first follower, is actually the leader. Does that make sense? Okay, because without him, the first guy is just a crazy guy dancing on the side of the hill by himself, right? So as soon as he has a group of other people doing it, now he's a leader. But you're not a leader if you don't have followers. So that first follower is what makes the first person a leader, and it also makes that really super, super bleeding edge early adopter person the next leader. Now the next group, they're also leaders, because still, when you have thousands of people on the hillside, and there's 4 people dancing, right? If you're one of those 4, you're still pretty brave, right? You're still doing something abnormal. You're seeing something that could be, and you're buying into it before everyone else gets it. Okay, and then the next group comes, a little bit bigger group. Pretty soon, that becomes what the cool place used to be sitting. See these people in the picture up here? They're all sitting on the side of the hill. So the cool place to be used to be sitting on the side of the hill, not the goofy guy over there dancing by himself. But after some time, being over there doing the dance was the cool place to be. And now everyone who was sitting on the hill, they start to look around and they go, man, we're looking pretty uncool sitting over here by ourselves on the hill. We better go with everyone else and start dancing, right? And that's kind of the late group that comes in at the end. So that's a little bit of what we've been experiencing here with our company, right? We had Glenn, the lone crazy guy. And we love Glenn. Glenn is amazing. Hopefully you guys get a chance to meet him. So Glenn has this great idea, but it's different. It's really different. And it wasn't normal. And so he was out there kind of, sharing what could be. So here he is. Glenn he rented a Winnebago, and he literally drove all around the United States telling people about this vision of eXp and what it could be. So he drove all around the country in a Winnebago and said, hey, I got this really cool idea, right? And he was kind of the lone crazy guy. Now, fortunately, he found some great other people to come along. You guys know who this is? Jason Guessing. How many people love Jason Guessing? Yes. Jason's awesome. Jason is awesome. And so Jason came along and started going around as well and supporting and validating what Glenn was talking about, right? And going out there and talking about the company. And pretty soon, they have some other people around them, right? You guys might recognize some faces in there. Okay, it's my buddy Gene. Gene Frederick is the one who brought me to eXp. Yeah, there you go. Brian Colhane, who is also one of the co-founders, right? He was there from the very early days as well. A couple of guys in there, right? Brought on some more people. Okay, these were early adopters. Brought on a couple of these guys, right? What do you think the impact was when these guys joined the company? Just turn around. That's what you're looking at it. You're looking at it. It's amazing, amazing. All right, so that group comes on board and they start bringing on their friends, right? The people that they have relationships with and spreading the word, and people start to take a look at the concept and they are starting to bring on their people. And this is what happens. Look at this number, right? Look at this graph. That's a serious curve. Are you guys not excited about that graph? That is unreal. Look at the time frame. Look back at 2000. I gotta look up here. Do I have a pointer on this? Yes. 2017. Look at where we were in 2017. It's down here, like 2,500 agents. How long ago was 2017? That was a blink ago. That's crazy. We were nothing, right? As far as the impact that we could make as a company. And then look at that as where it's going up now. Incredible. And our stock, so I looked it up last night. I put this on here last night. You can see on there, right over here. Exactly 5 years ago, 2015, January 16, 2015, Stock was worth 29 cents a share. How many people wish it would go back just briefly for 29 cents so you could buy back in at 29 cents a share? Wow. All right. So, early adopters. Let me ask you a question. We're now at almost 26. Almost. We haven't made the announcement yet, but we're almost 26,000 agents. Okay. So, are we there yet? Like, is this it? Is the opportunity done? Yeah, we're like 7% of our overall opportunity, right? We have so much upside ahead of us as far as the opportunity. So, I know not everyone here is with eXp, but if you're with eXp, I want you to look around the people around you and say, you're an early adopter. You're all in early. You're all in early. All right. So that is a cool thing. So it is a cool thing. The opportunity is a huge upside. As Brent mentioned, I had the opportunity to be with another great company, Keller Williams. I spent 13 years with Keller. Got in there was early. I was telling some people earlier, I owned the domain name kellerwho.com because I was there in an area. We opened up the first Keller Williams in our state. And we opened up the region, and no one had heard of us. So I was like, hey, it's Dave Conord with Keller Williams. Did I catch you at a good time? And they go, Keller who? It was like every call. I was like, really? Keller who? So I bought Keller who, and I said, hey, it's funny you say that. Right? And so now I know still in some areas we may have a little bit of eXp who. I think we're getting out of that stage a little bit, but we're just starting to, in certain markets, get to that point. Now we have some markets, somebody was telling me that we're number one in the MLS around here. Yeah, right? Yeah, nice. Number one in the market. How long have we been in this market? How long? 3 years. 3 years from non-existence to number one in the market. That's really awesome. So great job to you guys out there selling. Over $1 billion. I love it. Anytime we can use the billion word, it's exciting. So that's a cool thing. And having the opportunity to be an early adopter. And that geeky guy, that lone crazy guy, it's worked out all right for him. It's worked out all right for him. So, named top CEO from Glassdoor, and that's something that's done, voted for by the people, right? And he just was named the number 15th most powerful person in real estate for Swanepoel, had the opportunity to go ring the bell for NASDAQ. Right, so some pretty cool opportunities for him based on this vision and based on what we have built around that vision. Because this is a we thing for sure, right? This isn't like, hey, look what the company built. Company didn't build anything except for the vision. Glenn came with a vision. Everything else that we are is you guys here in this room. It's every agent across the company. That is the coolest thing about what we do when you just like a by referral, right? So cool thing. So let's talk a little bit about scaling the model from there because, when we go back, I'm going to keep referring back to this graph here, a lot, because when you do this, when we talk about scaling the model, we lovingly refer to it as changing the tires while the car's on the track, right? When you're out there, think about it. How many years old was the company in 2017? 10 years old now, so that was 2009. Yeah, all right, good, yeah, good, we got math, good. And I was asking because I didn't know, so I wasn't, all right. So think about it, 8 years. If you're at like 2,000 agents after 8 years, how many agents per year, it's a lot, I know it's a lot of math and it's late, right? How many agents a year are you adding to get to 2,000 agents after 8 years? Carry the one. I don't know, not that many, right? All right, let's just go with that. Not that many every year. So from a staff standpoint and an infrastructure standpoint and everything else, it's kind of, the next year, pretty easy to ramp to the next number. Not a big deal. So imagine you wake up and like, oh, hey, by the way, we just added 10,000 agents. You ready? Right? Oh, and the next year, another 10,000 agents. Right? And the next year, how many more? So scaling that quickly is crazy. Right? So we built our own tech platform, Enterprise, right? You guys can go in there and see your business and track everything. Then we had Verbella platform, which then we had the opportunity to purchase as a company. Do you guys remember, anybody know what that used to look like? Right? The little blockheads where you could like stick your photograph of your face on the blocks and stuff like that. So I've had a chance to see some of the really early days, excuse me, and it was pretty funny looking. So, I mean, it was like pretty old and clunky. So what we've got now is light years ahead of where it used to be. Light years. So, so going through Verbella, adding in the training, the mentoring, the support, the accounting systems, the onboarding systems, all of those other components to be able to serve 25,000 agents instead of 2,500 agents, right? That's a big deal. Along the way, we've picked up a couple of things. Now, I want you to look at this. We haven't put out 2019s, like they haven't put those yet. So for 2018, we have all these number ones and number twos, and that's for movers in the market, how we adjusted forward, how we increased. Okay, and look at the one in the middle talks about just overall in the industry. Number 4 for closed transaction size, number 5 for closed sales volume, and number 5 for the Billionaire Club, okay, at least $1 billion in closed sales volume, so that's going over volume. So we're hitting all of these numbers in 2018, so let's go back. All right, 2018, look where we were in 2018. So where do you think our numbers are going to come in for these awards when we do 2019 numbers? Look at the difference in the number of agents that we're out there producing, right? I can't wait for these to come out. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have something to brag about. It's pretty cool. So a lot of business being done out there. So look at these numbers. We're over 25,000 agents and nearly 40 billion in volume. That's huge. That is huge. 40 billion. So I can't wait to see where that stacks up. All right? And a billion in GCI, right? So $1 billion in GCI, that's commission dollars. Sweet. All right. So over 600 Icon awards were earned. So I want you guys to do some quick math for me. I know, I'm really taxing you on the numbers. Okay, good. Oh, you got it? All right. Ready? We're going to do this. So 600 times 16,000. $9,600,000. So $9,600,000 worth of stock given to agents at eXp in return for their production. Not bad, not bad. All right, cool. So we have almost 1,200 agents that have referred 5 or more productive agents, qualifying agents. 1,200 agents referring 5 or more producing agents to the company. This to me is really significant because we don't refer people. You're not required to ever refer anyone to the company, right? You don't sign anything that says you're going to do it. You don't get penalized if you don't do it. So we only, just like your clients, when do they refer someone? A little louder. When they love you, yeah. When you take care of them, right? You do a good job, and your clients are going to refer you. So when I look at this and say 1,200 agents have referred 5 or more producing agents, there's more that are new agents that have come on board, and we love new agents, but we calculate the qualifying agents as they're productive. So 1,200 people have been so enthusiastic about the company that they have talked to more than, brought on more than 5. And not everyone you talk to decides to make a change, right? So our agents are out there talking. That makes me happy because we're all about making sure that our agents are happy. So we're in all 50 states now, right? Started off as a dream in a Winnebago, right? All 50 states. Now we're in 4 countries. What are our 4 countries? Yes. I have no idea what you just said, but it sounded really good. All right, so yeah, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and California. All right. Woo. All right, good stuff. So we're going to go into some new countries too, so get ready. Started up Intro Lend Mortgage. You guys know we have a mortgage company? There you go. We have a mortgage company. You got to check it out. You know where you can find more information on Intro Lend? Workplace. Yeah, go check it out. It's a really, really cool opportunity. I like to say that like everything we do as a company, we're looking to create opportunities for you as agents. This is not something where nothing is crammed down your throats and things that you have to do. This is an opportunity for you. Okay? If you choose to utilize this, it's there for you. Choose to continue with your current relationship, great. Do what works for you. Yeah, but the bottom line is we wanted to create an opportunity, and it's an open source. You can bring your own lender into this platform and work with them through this platform. Okay, so go in and check it out and learn more about that. We have a title company. Did you know that? There you go. This is all pretty new. We got title. This is a really great way to make sure that you get paid at the table, right? The ways to do it through other title companies, but this is a way to assure that that's going to happen in the process. We have home warranty. You can get paid, right? Normally the money that would go to the company when you promote the home warranty company, we actually give that back to our agents. We actually take the money also from the mortgage company and title company, and we pump that into, from profitability standpoint, into our revenue share. So it increases the amount of payout for the revenue share. Yeah. So on the revenue share, if you look at the chart and it talks about the up to 2,800, up to 3,200, you can start to cross off that up to, because the payouts for those, as we continue to grow these companies, are going to go above those amounts for all of those lines. The payouts are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger for each one of those. All right, so we've got a currency exchange company. You've got clients that are international buyers, right? So there's a currency exchange, helps them make sure they get the best exchange. It's better than going to their bank. It's going to be a better rate. But you actually, if you refer your clients to them, you actually get a percentage of the exchange rate. Okay, so another opportunity for you to have another revenue stream if you're working with international clients. We have a moving services company. We have the iBuyer program. That's huge. A lot of different opportunities for you to utilize the iBuyer platform. And if you refer an institutional buyer into the system, they have to be buying at least 50 or more properties. But if you refer them in and they're accepted into the program, every time they buy a property, you get paid. On the money that comes in to us through the program, we're paying you out money. On every single purchase. You don't have to be involved in it. You refer them into the program. They become one of the buyers in the program. Every time they buy a property through the program, you get paid. There are buyers out there buying hundreds and even thousands of properties a year. Find the investors out there. Find the investor groups. Bring them into our iBuyer program. Awesome opportunity. And we have 360 virtual tours and a whole bunch of other stuff. So all of these things that are created not only to give you extra resources to serve your clients and run your business, but they're all extra income sources for you as well. All right, so what's next? How do we figure out what's next and where we go? This has been kind of our MO on this, right? We listen, we innovate, we build, we launch, we operate it, and then we go do it again. So agility is one of our core values, and we're always focused on how do we go do the next thing. We never want to get to the spot where we're playing not to lose. We want to play to win all the time. Sound good? All right. So I'm going to take you through a couple of things that we're doing, and it's a lot of stuff. So I know, like sitting here listening to a lot of stuff. Hopefully this is exciting to you because it's really cool stuff that we're doing. But we're going to check this out, and then at the end, I'll see if you guys have any questions on the stuff that we're talking about. And I feel like this mic's going in and out. Is it me, or is it... Can you guys still hear me okay? Is it... Okay. Cool. It's just me then. All right. So international expansion. Everyone always wants to know, where are we going next? Where are we going next? I can't tell you. But I can tell you the kind of the short list, some of the potential areas. Now, of course, we're looking at places like Mexico, right? It's North America, makes it easy, right? It's a good opportunity. Certainly on the list. South Africa, okay, definitely on the list. Some of the areas in Europe, Germany and France, on the list. Okay, so we have some of those. There's also a couple of slightly more obscure, but they're kind of an easy business translation. So I'll tell you what we're looking for, so in case you have opportunities to make the connections. We need a couple of things. Number one, the country has to make sense for a place for us to go for business, right? Transactionally, it's got to be something that's not too crazy. We have to support everything they do from a transactional background, right? All the stuff in enterprise and everything else, as they close those out, if it's completely different, we're rewriting our entire system on how we process transactions. So the closer it is, at some point we'll be able to handle them all. But the closer it is right now, we're going for the easy wins, right? We don't want to rewrite it all and take forever to get into a new country. The country has to be big enough and do enough business to make it worthwhile. The work to go into launch a new country to maybe capture a couple hundred agents or so, or even just a few small thousand, low average sales price, that kind of stuff, not worth the effort to go in, right? So we're looking for that. Language barrier can be overcome, but it is something, think about in our systems, everything has to be done in all new languages. We have some opportunities, like in China, I think we had a 40,000 agent brokerage that was like, hey, we're in, we want to come join you guys and be part of eXp in China. It should be awesome, except for the different business styles and some of those other things. That's a major undertaking. So that's not something that's probably on the books for 2020, but it's, you know, too good of an opportunity to not take a look at, right? So we're also looking for in-country leaders who bring the connections, right? We need someone who's going to take over and grow the country. If you guys have had a chance to meet Adam Day, right? He's our UK leader. Dude's awesome. He's a rock star. He knows everybody. Everybody loves him. He's got a lot of respect. He's got a lot of experience. All right? He's run other companies, and he knows the ins and outs of brokerage in that company. They call them estate agents over there, not real estate agents. Fun fact. All right, so we need that in-country leader, but we also need someone who's going to know how to set up the banking and set up the business side of things for us and make those connections in their legal standpoint, financial standpoint, and all of those. So we're looking for those key in-country leaders, and we're looking for countries that make the most sense to go into. So if you may go, hey, I know someone who's here, or I've got family in this country. We need some of those other components. So that's kind of like a start, but it's also kind of like saying, hey, I know an agent. Right, so, excuse me. Sorry, the water's over here. I got you, yeah, thank you. All right. Brent's had me talking to people all day. And it's been fun. Man, thank you. Met some awesome people today. If I had a chance to talk to you today, I really appreciate it. I gotta tell you, this is, for me, a lot of times I sit behind a desk. So I live in Philly. Go Eagles. All right, yeah, good. I feel the love. All right. Yeah. All right, so I flew in from Philly, and we live in a virtual environment. So like Stacy Anand, you guys know Stacy? Stacy's awesome. Hold on, I need to get this drink. So, like, 3 days ago, I could only talk like this. Literally, I got sick, I got a cold, and I went into laryngitis, and I couldn't talk. So I'm just glad I have my voice somewhat. Excuse me, very sorry. All right. Where was I? Totally lost it. Philly. I was in Philly. So working in a virtual environment, right? So a lot of times I'm sitting behind my desk, and I'm hanging out, and I'm in meetings in eXp world, I'm on Zoom calls, I'm on phone calls, I'm everything else, but I'm sitting at my desk. So, prior to that, I spent, my time in brokerages, right? I owned brokerages, I ran brokerages with my people and all that kind of stuff. So being able to come out and hang out with you guys is a huge treat. So I love it. They don't let me out much. Stay in your office. All right, so we're planning on opening 2 to 4 new countries every year. All right, and the speed with which we can do that is all just going to be based on the relationships we can make in key countries. So we probably won't do more than 4 a year, but we'll do as many as we can within that 2 to 4 range based on the opportunities that are presented. All right, so if you know some good people, let's talk. All right, wealth tracking tools. You have your rev share dashboard. Now there's an equity program dashboard. You can look at your stock and track the growth of your stock and see what's going on. So just like the way that you see your revenue share, you can now do that with your stock. So full transparency to it, audit trails, everything else, and you can watch your wealth grow as your business grows. Broker transaction tools. In-house transaction coordinators are coming. We're working on that. So if we could provide transaction coordinators for you at a really inexpensive cost that would be fully trained on SkySlope and all of our tools and could go through and do all of your transaction management for you, would that be helpful? Cool. We're working on that. That's going to be coming. That's going to be coming this year. That is going to be coming, hopefully, before the end of second quarter this year. Okay. And we're looking at, seriously, how much right now, average transaction coordinator to handle your full transaction for you, roughly how much per transaction are you paying for that?
300.
Yeah, so we're hoping to come in at about a third of that cost. Okay? So we have to look at the program and look at everything else, but our goal is to make it so that it doesn't make any sense not to do it. Okay? We are not doing it. It will not pay for itself out of what we're going to charge, but it will pay for itself in the reduction of headaches for us. So it's a little bit selfish still. That's why we want to make it a no-brainer that everyone will utilize it. But it'll help the processing, but it'll also help us make sure everyone gets paid really, really fast. Right? So that's the goal. Referral division. We will have a referral division. Again, that will also be done before the end of Q2. So there will be an eXp referral company. People can put their license in there. That's really good, obviously, for people that are looking to retire from the business, but want to continue getting revenue share. If you let your license lapse, you're done for, right? All the hard work that you've put in, your influence that other people have come over, and you lose it. So you can put your license in a referral company and not have to keep it active and keep going to classes and pay all the costs and all that kind of stuff. So that's a nice benefit. Some great state websites coming up. All the forms, all the details, everything else that you need for each state all in one spot. So it's going to be a more robust opportunity to go grab all the stuff that you need. Onboarding. Has onboarding gotten better for you guys in the last year from what you've seen? Good. We are still working to improve it and make it even better. But I got to tell you, I love this story because when I first got here, everyone was like, all I heard about was onboarding. I was like, onboarding sucks. It's horrible. It took forever. And people are like, hey, oh, so good. You're the new president. Can I tell you about my experience and what that was like? And I'm like, I guess so. All right. So I would hear all these horror stories of what people went through, and I'm like, wow, and you're still here? That's amazing. I would have left. So we know that it was bad. We know now. Okay, this is like breaking the 4-minute mile. During the course of it was earlier on in last year, as we were really getting through doing it, about the middle of the year, we had someone who got kicked out of their brokerage because they found out they were talking to eXp, right? And so they had a bunch of business going on. They had stuff they had to do, and they had contracts they had to write on Saturday. It's Friday evening, and they're like, I was thinking about joining eXp. I'd been talking to eXp. I hadn't even made the decision to join eXp. My broker found out I was talking to eXp, and they literally just sent my license back, and I'm toast. What am I going to do, right? We got this person onboarded in 27 minutes. 27 minutes. 27 minutes. So that's our 4-minute mile. I don't know if it's been done faster than that. That's the fastest I know of. But 27 minutes. Literally this person, their sponsor called me in a panic and said, I got this person. It was Friday. It was probably 6 o'clock on a Friday. And I was like, I hope people are still around. And we got this person in and done Friday night. They were up and running and can get into their site and get up and go do business and close deals. It was awesome. I was so excited that we could do that. So we have the opportunity to do that. And now we're just constantly seeking new improvements. So we've got a new step-by-step site both for sponsors and agents. You can guide people through. You got people you're bringing over, and they're coming to you for questions. Where are the processes? What's the email? Where do I click on this? It's going to have this full step-by-step site to make it really easy for people to move over just from a process standpoint. So we can do it quickly, but we want people to feel really comfortable with the process as well. So it's kind of the emotional side of the process. That is hopefully end of Q1. End of Q1. It's almost done. It's almost done. So we're going through some testing on it now. Yes, sir. All right. Live support. Going through the process, you bring someone into the company and they're like, what do I do? Great, you're gonna call someone, pick up the phone, have the conversation, do all that. So that's something now we're adding in the ability for people to be guided through the process fully. And if you have, like, some people are just a little more special than others and you just need a little extra help, right? And that's cool. They're awesome realtors. They're just, yeah, see? Yeah, so they're like Cindy, right? Just like a little extra hand-holding, a little extra guidance, I get it. They're awesome realtors. They're really great at that. Just like the transitioning thing is maybe not their thing. So that's okay. We have people for that. So we can help everybody make a smooth transition, right? Make it easy for you. So you'd be great now. All right, diversity and inclusion. This is a really cool new initiative with the company. I mean, it's something that we've always been a part of because we have been big on community. Right? We have been big on taking care of our agents, but we have had a group driven by some of our agents that have really, really helped us build this, this side of our community, right? So that we can be more inclusive and be welcoming to everybody, right? And this is, it's not only that, but it's also creating opportunities and capitalizing on opportunities to build relationships with great agents that maybe we were not in relationship with, and to create an environment that says, hey, everyone can succeed here. And we've got some cool groups that are out there that are extremely powerful in the industry who are maybe with a company where they felt like that company was creating a platform for them to go build their business. And we want to be able to build that platform for them. So we've got an incredible group. Fee Gentry is down in Texas, and she was one of the people to help lead this. She started the Black Enterprise Network down there, which has now blossomed into a massive network of agents, but then has kind of turned into others wanting to do similar things, which has turned into One eXp. Incredible, incredible things that we're doing with this group, but we're gonna be doing enhanced sponsorships with all of the different organizations on a national level, be more highly involved. Leadership is getting involved with this as well, so this is something for Jason and I. We're both really, really keen into this. Scott Sagarian, who is now the Senior Vice President of Agent Experience, we're all getting behind this in a big way to help drive this. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this, but really, really a big thing too, when we talk about caring for our agents, taking care of our agents, and creating a great platform, this is another example of a way that we can do that. So we're excited about that. Thank you. Anybody here like to be recognized and appreciated? Right? Agents don't like that, right? They don't care about that kind of thing. Right? You want the hat? I'll get you a hat. So we like to feel appreciated, right? I think that we can do a better job showing appreciation for agents. So we're gonna. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so we got some great stuff going on, but we're also gonna be including in our attractors, right? I mean, how many people think Brent Gove is awesome? There's James. There's James. James Stroop. So, what you guys do for this company is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You don't have agents doing this kind of stuff at other companies. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. What you guys have contributed to the company is not just, I'm not talking about the organization, I'm talking about the people of the company. I mean, how many people's lives are better because of what they've been able to do in this area? Anybody in this room? Right? And there are a lot of others in this room, right? That have shared the opportunity with others And that's a really cool thing. And we need to do more to demonstrate that appreciation for the people that are growing the company and making the company great from that standpoint as well. And so that's something that we're really keyed in on. We want to celebrate the successes of our agents and the contributions that everybody makes from a production standpoint and a growth standpoint. So we're excited to celebrate that together and just key on it. Because that's fun, right? Should we have some fun together in 2020? Yeah. All right. Good. All right, so we talked a little bit about affiliated services. Express Offers is the iBuyer program, and they're working on a lead router because all those institutional buyers, right? We have an institutional buyer that buys 7,000 properties a year. Okay, guess what? They like to sell those properties sometimes, right? So if you refer a property in and they do a fix and flip and they buy it, when they turn around to sell it, that listing is going to go back to you. Right? However, some of those weren't referred by any of our people, right? They're out there purchasing all these properties. They're going to sell them. They need listing agents. Any volunteers? Right? All right, so we're going to be sending those leads out to everybody, right? So we've got a lead router system for that. So that's going to be coming up. So stay tuned to hear more about that. Stay tuned into the iBuyer program, okay? And just keep yourself in tune with that because that's a huge opportunity right there. Oops, let me go back. All right, so we'll have Introland and Silverline open in all 50 states because you'll have the opportunity to work with that. We're not open in California yet because it's so darn hard to get your licenses through in California, but it's in the processing, so we believe the next 30 to 60 days we should be ready to go. So I talked about the increased revenue share program payouts. I'm really pumped about that, being able to put that back. I just love that as far as Glenn's mentality about saying, hey, here's a really cool thing where we can build these, we can take advantage of the size of our company and create more profit for the company. Isn't that awesome? And the mentality is, hey, why don't we make half the company agent owned? Let's let the agents buy 50% of the company so you can buy into the mortgage company. With the other 50% that we own as a company, we said, why don't we take 50% of that and why don't we pump that back into the revenue share program and pay out more in revenue share? So we're just keeping 25% and the rest of it is going out to the agents. So we're going to have a ton of new agent attraction-focused marketing pieces because we want to make it easier for people to talk about the company. We're asking you to refer the company out to others and talk about us. We want to make it easy for you guys to do it. So all kinds of pieces. We're going to have a piece a week put out into the marketing department so you guys have some things to share and talk about. But they're going to be, yes, they're going to help in attraction, but they're also going to be, you can use them with your clients because they're going to talk about some of the success points of the company. You can lock in your rev share for life. It's a new one of the changes. You may have seen that in Jason's video, right? So it's kind of a hamster wheel. It's an awesome opportunity, but if you don't keep, bringing people in, then at some point you maybe lose qualifications as you've unlocked different lines. And so now you can lock that in, qualifies you for one level below where you are, but then no matter what happens with the folks that you brought in originally, you stay qualified at that level forever so that you can, it's a way to retire. And we have a cap matching program. I don't know if you guys know about this, but other companies, people will pay in, they'll be at 100%, and they go, hey, I don't really, why should I go if I'm at 100%? I'm just going to stick around and I'm going to wait. So if you're talking to them now and they say, well, I'm on 100% until September, great, come over now, we'll put you at 100%, we'll set your anniversary date for September, and then they start paying in September and have their normal year. So we'll match their cap and their anniversary date wherever they are now, so we'll just get them in. Bring them in. All right. All right, industry contributions. I know I'm running out of time, so I just want to hit some of the high notes in here and make sure we key in on it. All right, so what's happening out there? Let me ask you guys real quick. What do you see happening out there from an industry standpoint? Think kind of big picture. What's changing? What do you see? Digital. Okay, digital what? What's that? Yeah, right, buy a house on your phone. The last 3 properties that I bought and sold, I bought them on my either iPad or my cell phone. I signed it with my finger, right? I bought a property, I hadn't even seen it. Bought it, didn't go there, didn't do whatever, signed the stuff, done. Okay, so that's a different way that we're doing business. What else? What else is coming? AI, yeah, absolutely, right? Got all the artificial intelligence. So we're talking about access to tools, access to information, right? Access to data, all of those things. Do you see any of that replacing what an agent brings to the table? No, I don't either. I don't either. But here's what I'll tell you, okay? Embrace the way things are changing, adapt to them, or get out of the business. And that last one won't be a choice, because you'll just be out of the business. It won't matter. You won't be choosing to get out of the business. So keep up with what's going on. Don't fight it. Understand how to use it. Understand how to adapt it and to move on. But it's not going to take agents out of the process. We know right now, still, all the consumers, we were talking about this earlier with a group, that 84% of buyers and sellers say they would use the same realtor again for their next purchase or sale. And then 12% actually use the same realtor? Right? There's a lot of business out there to keep capturing. We're not going to be out of that. But we do know that consumers want to be able to look at their properties. They want to be able to see things. They want to be able to do more and more without having to get out there, right? The more they can do and look through and 3D tours and all that kind of stuff now and pictures. Before it was like, well, you have to have some pictures. Then it was like, well, you have to have the most pictures. Then it was you have to have videos. Then you have to have virtual tours, right? All of those things. It's changing the way that consumers' needs are changing, so make sure you're keeping up. So, but for us, as a business, people look at it and go, well, how's eXp from a sustainable standpoint? Is it going to be around? Right? How are you guys going to keep up, and are you guys going to last? And, I've said before that I never want a downturn, right? We want the market always to be hot. That's great. Everybody wins when the market's hot. But the next time the market goes a little bit soft, okay, we provide an opportunity for agents to make more money. Right? So it's a great opportunity for agents to join us. So we believe that our agent count growth will skyrocket even further under those circumstances. We are already seeing independent brokerages start to throw in the towel when they're looking at any softening in the market, and they're already tight on margins as the industry's changed. So we're seeing them come over. From a cost standpoint, okay, we are so well placed that should the market soften, we don't have the overhead. We're not stuck with that. Right, so we have an opportunity. We are like, when the market goes down, who wins in a down market, just in general? People with smallest overhead. What else? What's that? Adaptability. Money. Yeah, people with money, right? Because when the market goes down, a lot of people don't have money anymore. So everyone's scrambling trying to figure it out. So all the values are down. If you have cash, then you can go take advantage of that opportunity. So we're in a spot where we can really take advantage. We're succeeding at a level that other companies are striving to reach. We're out there winning and succeeding without the overhead. When things go down, we don't have to be dumping offices. What do all the other companies do? They start closing offices and combining and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to worry about that. So we are so well poised for any kind of market. We can win when it's up. We can win when it's down. So we're excited for where we're going. If Blockbuster opened right now, if they came out right now and opened franchise opportunities to buy Blockbusters, how many people would buy a Blockbuster? Yeah. Right? If they open, how many people would go get their Blockbuster card and go back to waiting in line and walking through and looking at the things and hoping the one you wanted to watch was there and all that kind of stuff, right? You remember that? And then driving around for 3 days with the box in your car, forgetting to return it and paying late fees. Ugh, no way, right? All right. So the Verbella Open Campus, right? Our eXp world. This is something where we have major universities, we have the Department of Defense, we have all these organizations, major organizations using our platform, right? Stanford, right? Major universities are doing it. We've got the Navy, the Army. It's pretty cool. I got to see a video of them doing airstrikes, right? So they're simulating airstrikes using eXp World, right? How cool is that? You know, you guys here as part of eXp, you guys are protecting freedom. So good job. Right? God bless all of you. God bless all of you. So we are expanding that campus and creating some really cool open campuses. We're going to create an eXp campus that is kind of a pseudo campus that anyone, no password, no anything else, people can just download the world and go in there and walk around. We're going to be doing some eXp explains in there. We do some other stuff. There's going to be some self-help rooms that people can go in and explore what it's like to operate on the campus and check it out. So that's going to be a live campus. Cool thing is that download that they do to be able to get it with no password or anything else, it's going to contain in it the download for eXp World. So if they end up joining eXp, all they have to do is now get a password, and when they're prompted for the password, they put that in, and instantly they'll see the real eXp World. So they don't have to go in and re-download and get a new password and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of get rid of all the confusion there. So I'm excited about that. What's that? Yes, we're working on some apps. We're working on a whole bunch of cool stuff. All right, so we've got a ton of other stuff. Here's the thing. You know, it's a publicly traded company. I don't want you guys know the Martha Stewart story. You know, much would be cool to hang out with Snoop Dogg. I am not looking to do any insider trading. So we have. I will just tell you this: the stuff that we're working on as we get ready to announce these things. We have so many things. The team is hard at work behind the scenes developing. We have the only national brokerage. We have the largest brokerage footprint in the United States. We have access to so much data. A lot of other companies talk about data. They do not have access to the data that we have. So we have all kinds of things in store, things for you to use, for your clients to use, and for us to use as a company. All kinds of tools, all kinds of things we're developing. So much to come. So stay tuned, stay plugged in. Make sure you guys are watching what's going on, because like how many people didn't know we had a mortgage company? Yeah. Yeah, right? That's a lot. All right, so stuff's going on. Don't let it go past you, because there are ways you can use it to grow your business, to help your clients, to help yourself. So don't miss it. So make sure you stay plugged in. That's all I'd ask of you, is stay plugged in, stay engaged. And guys, you can find me in Workplace. I love hearing from you. If you have questions, things I can do to help you, please reach out. All right, guys, thanks so much. Brent, James, thanks for having me here, guys.
Dave Conord, everybody. Awesome. Well, I think I need to, there's one thing I wanted to promote. Rob, it's teed up, right? What's that? Mexico? James said it was. Okay, good. If James says it's teed up, right? Well, was that great tonight to get a feel for where we're headed as a company? Absolutely. So let me just wrap today with the 60-second overall vision. There are 420,000 agents and broker associates in California alone. We have between 3,000 to 4,000. We don't even have 1% market penetration. You can win in your mind, or you can lose in your mind. I'm telling you, we're just getting started. In North America, there's 2 million agents and broker associates. We don't even have 3% market penetration in North America. We're just getting warmed up. Look at what Keller Williams did, not making any of their agents owners and not sharing revenue share. As we make our agents owners through the stock and we share the revenue share, I'm telling you what, if they could get to 160, we're going to 400,000 agents. Oh, I promise you, in about 5 to 10 years, people look at you and go, oh my gosh, you were eXp back when there was only 25,000? Back when, somebody asked me the other day, how soon do you think you're gonna pass Keller Williams? I go, done deal in 5 years, maybe 3 to 4 years. I mean, we're gonna hit 50,000 this year, and then 50,000 excited agent owners is gonna become 100, and then 100,000 excited agent owners. Because when I was at RE/MAX, we didn't care about growing RE/MAX, we're just doing deals. You see, everybody else out there is just grinding and selling homes. We're the ones actually working on a viable retirement plan, a chance to actually retire with dignity. I mean, literally, there is no opportunity for anyone at the other companies unless you just buy a bunch of homes and you hold on to them and you invest, which you should. But most agents I mean, who here has been to an agent retirement party? Woohoo! Right? They just kind of fade away, right? It just doesn't happen. It's not like the state of California. I'm 50, 55, I'm out. Doesn't happen. I tell you what, get excited. They'll look at you and say, oh my gosh, you were there when the stock was 10 something a share? How much did you buy? You laugh? I'm telling you what, my friend worked at Netflix when it was 24 a share. He begged his sister to buy it. She was like, I'm not buying 24 a share. $100 gets me 4 measly shares. She became a believer at 124 a share. And she gladly invested a ton of money at 124 a share. It's a shame, right? No! It's over 300 a share now. Right? Netflix, Schmetflix. Well, really? You know, YouTube. What, like BoobTube? YouTube? Are they doing okay? I have this great tech company. We're going to call it, are you ready? Apple. Like, that's the lamest name. I mean, it sounds cool now. Dude, you should call it watermelon. People like watermelon. Apple's cool, but watermelon's family picnics, and they fought over the name. They called it Apple. And you're like, yeah, my company's called Peach. No, we're apricot. You know, what a dumb name, Apple. Now, if you say the word apple, what do you think? You think intelligence? You think well-designed? You think smart? You think cutting edge? The best technology the world has to offer? When you say, we're going to call our company Google. Google sounds cool. Now, yeah, Google. It's a Google product. Google it. Back when it first came out, what's the name of your company? Google. Google. Right? I mean, I was like, eXp? Really? Is that the best name Glenn could come up with? Do you guys know how we picked the name eXp? You want to know that I thought it was like, what, examine your zipper? Like, explode, expand? Well, I don't get it. It was the only 3 letters he could get registered in all 50 states. That's how we got, it was the only 3 letters nobody wanted. That is the name of our company. I think it's cool. I mean, Apple, Google, you know, Facebook, right? YouTube. You laugh all you want. I'm telling you, 10, 15, 20 years from now, see, you gotta get the big picture. What's the big picture? Well, there's 203 countries worldwide. There are 25 million agents and brokers by best estimates. We have 25,000. We have, anybody good with math? What's 25,000 into 25 million? Anybody? We've peaked. We have peaked. We're at 0.1% market penetration. It's over.
There's no more opportunity, Brent.
There's no more opportunity. See, Henry Ford is one of those old-fashioned guys with that old-fashioned wisdom. You know what he said, like the Mark Twain kind of wisdom? He said, you know what, if you think you can, you probably can. And if you think you can't, you're probably right. And so I want to challenge your thinking today. We are just getting warmed up. This thing's about to blow. I mean, the eXp is a tinderbox in North America. I could tell you of 20, 30 big companies that are coming in, $100 million teams after $100 million team after $100 million. They're coming, and I just know a little bit. There's so much more, like this week. And it will come to you. It will happen. You just got to believe. You got to put in the work. But let's do something. Let's just get crazy. Let's end with this. I'm like a Baptist preacher. I'm getting close to being done. Ready? Always wanted to be a preacher. All right. So here's the deal. I totally forgot my train of thought. Was it the closing thought? I'm not even kidding either, man. I totally lost it. You messed me up. Don't say that. I'll blame him for that one. Huh? I know. I gotta back off eating fish. Mercury poisoning. Anyways, whatever I was gonna close with, it was gonna be good. okay? You just got to trust me, okay, right? Have a great night, everybody. Let's go.